As y'all can hear, we're at the Summer League right now. So, Shams, tell me, like, biggest winners and losers this offseason, in your opinion?
I think you have to say the Sixers are a big winner. Getting Paul
PG,
George. I mean, they couldn't afford to strike out in this free agency. Yep. So I think they're a big winner. And, like, the Mavericks. I mean, yes. I do think when you think about that position that Klay Thompson's going to play, I mean, he's really just filling Tim Hardaway's role. And Tim Hardaway kind of became the odd man out in that environment. And Klay, I think, is going to fit perfectly there as the three-man and someone that they're going to rely on. Championship pedigree. So I think they had a big offseason as well. And honestly, the Spurs, like getting CP3, getting HB.
Yeah, I like that.
In that rotation, like it's crazy. And you guys have been a part of it. But like every year that goes on, the more I realize when one or two guys get plugged into a lineup, or if they get hurt during the season, how much that affects a team.
Yes.
I think even more on the San Antonio one is not even affecting the season as much. It's really affecting the growth and where Victor and them guys go. Because what you don't want is Victor getting used to get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And being 20-win seasons every year. He needs to see the maturity levels and what it actually is like winning and stuff. Because he's going to be, obviously everyone at this table realizes he's going to be special. Yeah. What you don't want him to do is fall into that trap. Because it doesn't mean, just because you're special doesn't mean you're going to win. So I like that San Antonio one for sure.
OKC, you know, getting Hardenstein, getting Caruso, those are
Caruso
two good gets.
I really like.
Doesn't even impact like their future. They have all their draft. They got a dozen first-round picks to trade. They got a dozen swaps. They got everything to get any. If there's ever a star player that they want. If they want to go get Lowry Markkanen right now, they can go get Lowry Markkanen. But they like this direction of this team. And that's another guy who will, we'll see what happens.
Got one more for you, Sean.
We'll see what happens there.
Biggest loser, though.
One more, though.
Okay.
Philadelphia also got Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin was a big get. That was a big get.
It's hurting me still. I'm still in my feelings about that.
Hold on a second, though.
They also got Caleb Martin for the Caleb, though?
Because I heard
talking about a guy who could easily have been.
But I heard Caleb had 65 on the table and took 32.
I wasn't there. I don't know nothing about that. I don't be in those rooms.
Okay.
I don't be in those rooms. But, I mean, it hurt that we lost him. And if that's what happened, then it sucks that we lost him. And he took less money to go back to Philly with taxes and all that when he could have got 65.
Yeah, that was wild. I heard that.
You talk about a guy who
I love Caleb Martin.
with Oubre, now you got multiple guys that you can put on Tatum and Brown in a 7-game series, in a playoff series. And it's also a guy who you can't account for one game or two games where he might give you 17 to 20 points, like on just random, plays and different things like that, like he did for us. So I love the Paul George pickup because Paul George shoot the clip about 52% on catch and shoot threes. That's what Philadelphia struggled with. But I also love Caleb Martin. That's personal for me.
Let me ask you this, because out of curiosity. So we know why Paul George ended up leaving the Clippers, because they wouldn't give him that last year, right?
Right.
Ultimately, why was it that Klay left Golden State?
I think there's more layers to that one. I think that one has a lot to do with principle. I think that one has a lot to do with how he felt with the organization over the last couple of years. When you're someone that brought 4 championships there, big part of that, 3 for sure, like they don't win those 3. I mean, they don't win any of those without Klay, but those 3 and then getting the 4th, and then you see Wiggins get 4 years extension, Jordan Poole getting a 4-year extension. You see Draymond Green getting a 4-year extension, and then it's your turn. And the Warriors look at the marketplace, and they offer him 2 years, 48. And that's what I was told the offer was last year from the Warriors. And he felt like he deserved more years, more money. And I think you saw how his season developed. And I think there were a lot of feelings on both sides. But specifically for Klay, feeling slighted with the offer, feeling slighted with his role at different points, feeling like he wasn't given the stature that came with being Klay Thompson in that organization. And I think coming off the bench, for a rookie and Brandon Podziemski and having your minutes fluctuating, I think that all played a part. And by the end of the season, I was told he was out. And I reported a few days before free agency. He's not coming back. The decision was already made. It was just going to be about where he's going to end up. And now he goes to Dallas. And he will be the guaranteed starter there. And he's going to be guaranteed, whatever it is, 28, 30-plus minutes a night. And I think that was very important for Klay, playing the minutes that he wants to play. And I'm told a lot of this was about principle and feeling slighted in Golden State.
I love Dallas. I love what they did this year. Obviously, they shocked a lot of people. But having those two of the most dynamic guards in the NBA is helpful. It's going to be interesting, though. That Klay piece is going to be interesting there. And I do think obviously it's a huge upgrade for him. but he's used to playing a certain style with Golden State. It's pitch chase. It's all the way around. And now you're going to a place where it's ball dominant guards. So it's going to be. It's going to. I'm telling you, that's not going to be the easiest.
Also, totally different environment.
That's what I'm saying.
And
It's not going
too.
to be the easiest transition that people like. You know this. When we put that big three together, we started off our freaking career there with some.
There'll be some dark nights when you're trying to figure it out.
So
There's
like
some dark
it's
nights.
you know what I mean. Like you take Clay in that situation. And I'm glad he got what he wanted in the 3 years and the money, but it's going to be extremely different. And I don't care starting, coming off the bench. I don't care what it is. To me, it's style of playing what you're accustomed to, right? So it's gonna be interesting. I'm very, very intrigued to see how that plays out.
We're gonna see. I like the fact that they got Jason Kidd coaching.
I do too.
See, that's what I think is gonna help.
That is a big
That's
factor.
what I think is going to help.
I do too.
We talk
But
about
the
an
reality
Olympian,
of the
we talk about a
situation
champion,
is
we talking about a former
the
player.
reality of the situation is you are super successful doing it one way right now. Clay is not just a stay in the corner. Now he's elite at it. Don't get it wrong.
What do you guys think about what the Warriors did, though? Getting Buddy, getting Kyle Anderson.
I love Buddy.
Anthony
I love
Melton.
Buddy, but see, Buddy from down there Miami. The Bahamas is just an extension of Miami. So I love Buddy. You just get him some kunk salad.
I
He gonna like that.
I don't think Golden State can be done. I think if you're serious about winning, they have to make a big move.
And they're trying to get Lowry Markkanen.
They're going
that
to
West
get
is
it
that West
they're
is
going.
hellified.
I think they're going to.
The problem is the West is hellified. It is only getting better.
Mike, is that a?
Look at this
You're
man.
coming-
He
you're
can't
coming for my
stop working.
job.
He
You're coming
can't
for-
stop working. No, I'm with you though. But to me, if you're going to be like, and this is not anything anyone else hasn't said. Like Steph Curry's got so many years left, right, at this level. If you're going to try to do it one more time, you got to go all in. Like you just have to. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done.
Shams, I got a question.
Yeah.
Orlando, KCP.
Big,
Orlando
big
with
get,
Coach,
big
Coach
get.
Mosey.
KCP. You like
that
that
was a
guy?
team. Orlando was a
we
team
gotta
that
ask
I
Mike.
like. No.
Mike represents Paolo Banchero.
I
And
know what the
Wendell
hell.
Carter.
I know what the hell he
And
gonna
Wendell
say.
Carter.
I know what the hell he gonna say.
Yeah.
But I like that pickup as well, just because that's a young team. They can defend their asses off. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a good pickup for them too, bringing in a guy that's won a championship, hold everybody accountable, championship expectations, all that different shit like that. How you think that helped them?
They did I think very similar. You think about OKC and Orlando, they're on similar trajectories, but you think about what both of them did. They did nothing to disrupt what they have, right? Like they didn't trade away one of their cornerstone players. They didn't trade away a boatload of assets.
They basically brought everyone back.
They brought everyone back, and they brought in a really good veteran, two-way player, makes threes. Lakers impact championship, Denver impact championship, and now going to Orlando, which kind of like OKC, you get two players that don't disrupt what you've got going on. There's no guarantee Isaiah Hartenstein signs for $30 million a year. There's no guarantee he starts next to Chet Holmgren. You want Chet Holmgren to really embrace that 5 spot, but you pay him a little bit more and make him comfortable with coming off the bench potentially and being a really good backup for you and playing with Chet Holmgren down the stretch. Yeah. And Orlando, KCP just slides right in as a starting shooting guard, and I think they have the pieces.
No, Orlando does, and I've dealt with them. I've dealt with them a ton, and I love dealing with them. But like we still got to address, in my opinion, Orlando. We got to be able to make shots, right? Like you just have to make shots. You can't be second last or last in the league in 3-point shooting. But I'm saying no. I get it. KCP to me was awesome. We were super excited when it happened. But the biggest thing now is, okay, when, and this is always a question as a front office guy, when is it time to make the next step? When is it time to throw the deck all in, right? Because, you know what I mean, you got Franz re-signed now. You're going to have to do Paolo next summer. Like it's there for you now. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But they got to at some point, and I don't know, there's never a good answer for it, but when are you going all in for it? That's going to be, because you have to make shots.
You say one more week, you're going to have to get your French passport.
Okay. Yo, Mike, I got to ask, you have Paolo there. Yeah. He's the face of that franchise.
Yes.
What does he feel about their offseason? What do you feel about KCP? How involved is he?
Super excited about it. You know, he's still learning. His biggest thing is he wants to get better. So he was like, does he want the team to get better? Absolutely. But he's focused on getting better because he knows if he's better, the team's better. So, but obviously KCP, I was in Seattle when it happened. Super excited about it. But again, he's sick. Like the great ones are sick. He wants to win. I mean, the trajectory where he's been, they came in, obviously they're the #1 pick, so they didn't have a great season, right? They upgraded. Now they make the playoffs. They go 7 against Cleveland. But the reality of the situation, that Cleveland-Orlando series, if you're really being serious about, was a rock fight. So if you're going to try to take on the Bostons, the Phillies, the Miamis, you're going to have to get better. You're going to have to get better wing scoring at times, but you're going to be able to shoot better. And we know that, but it takes time. But they're built to be able to make advantage, almost like OKC, what you said. They have a lot of They have
their picks. They got
tons of
tradable
assets.
contracts.
Oh yes. So they're there. It's just that's one of the things. Like I said, there's no perfect time. When you going all? When you going to make that move? And that's what's be interesting for sure. Where are you at? What do you think of Orlando? He likes the defense. He likes the defense. We're going to guard everybody.
I was the one who brought Orlando up.
Yeah, you did.
I threw that name out there.
You like Orlando? You like
yeah, I love Orlando
KCP
because
pickup
I
was
know
big.
how tough they are to score against. First and foremost, they can guard. They don't have a matchup that you want to go at. I know in the NBA, you're going to run 55 pick and rolls till you find that one guy you want to attack every time. There's not a matchup in that starting lineup that you want to attack. Not one. Trust me, I know. I've played against those. You know what I'm saying? All of them got length. All of them can move their feet. You know what I'm saying? All of them compete.
Next time you make a post, say, trust me, I know those.
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I know.
So and Coach
I like
Mosley,
that. Put on the
Mosley
t-shirt.
has his
trust me, I know
locker room. Yeah, Coach
Put on a
Mosley got
banner.
his locker room. You know what I'm saying? They didn't shoot it well, but KCP helps.